Yeah, welcome to Truthful African Charge channel where we try to propagate and showcase the liveness in Africa and the way forward. So today we're talking about the hatred, the bad blood among Africans. Why do Africans hate themselves so much? Yeah, that's the truth. Although people shy away from this topic, nobody wants to talk about it, but that's the reality. You know, Africans, unlike the rest of the world, like Europeans, Americans, human life here doesn't really, you know, is not really valued that much. The reason why uh, you hear on the news, 10, 15, 20 lives you lost, and life goes on. Nobody talks about it. The media doesn't give it much coverage, and it's like boom, So today we'll be talking about this topic: why the hate. Is it as a result of the years of, there is how long you be kept captivity, and the only thing that matters to you is survival? Most Africans have been free from colonial oppression, but their mind is still enslaved. Their mind is still in this cage. Their mind is yet to reset and reshape itself. So they still live in this survival mode. Like they are imprisoned or they're held up in a cage. You know not willing to leave that prisoner spot, that slavement spot. I think that is one of the root cause because during the transatlantic era and the colonial system, inferiority was taught and self-hate was promoted. So it's like just survive. Families don't count, friends don't count, just survive. So I put together a short clip. So you guys can just take your time, grab a popcorn, watch it, and then you come out to the comment section and let me know what you think about
In a
it.
crowded Lagos hospital, a boy named Chika lay on a rusted bed frame, his small chest rising and falling like a whisper. The power had gone out, again, and the only working fan in the ward had stopped turning. His mother, Ngozi, fanned him with trembling hands, whispering prayers while flies buzzed around open wounds. The nurses passed by, indifferent. One muttered, "There's no doctor until morning." Ngozi didn't cry. She had already buried 2 children before him. In her village, death had become part of the air. Outside the hospital, life moved on. Politicians gave speeches about progress, billboards showed smiling leaders, foreign investors toured oil rigs. Yet in that dim ward, Chika's life, fragile and full of potential, hung in silence. But this story didn't begin in Lagos. It began centuries ago, when the first chains were fastened to black skin and shipped across oceans, when African names were erased, when bodies became cargo, when white men counted lives by the dozen, like cattle. And it continued when Leopold carved Congo into a personal slaughterhouse, cutting off hands as casually as he cut down trees. The world knew. The world watched. The world looked away. It echoed through the colonial years when resistance was met with bullets and black blood watered foreign flags. Education told Africans they were lucky to be civilized. Churches preached humility, not justice. And those who dared to speak, Lumumba, Sankara, Biko, were silenced. Today, the chains look different. They are poverty, miseducation, corruption. They are hospitals with no medicine, police with no mercy, leaders with no conscience, and a people taught generation after generation that survival is enough, that dreaming is a luxury. Chika died before dawn. No headline, no outrage, just another statistic, another unmarked grave beneath African soil. But his mother remembered. She remembered how he used to draw stars on their mud wall. "Mama," he once said, "I want to be an astronaut." She smiled, not because she believed it, but because he did, and that belief was sacred. She buried him with the pencil he used to draw stars. Across the continent, stories like Chika's are told in whispers, because they are too common, too painful, and too ignored. But whisper by whisper, they grow louder. In classrooms, children are learning their true history. On the streets, youth are demanding justice. In homes, mothers like Ngozi are teaching their children that their lives are not cheap. Because the day Africa remembers the price of a name, the world will too.